Tamil Nadu government to table a bill to replace the ordinance legalizing Jallikattu amid demands from the public to introduce a permanent solution. And even as thousands protest at Marina Beach, Tamil Nadu government now coming out with an order to vacate these protesters. To the visuals that are coming in from Marina Beach this morning, many going towards the sea and forming a human chain as cops crack down at Marina Beach, asking the protesters to vacate from the place. Their demands is still, we want a permanent solution. Although an ordinance has been passed, but women, children and also men being evacuated.
This crowd knows all the ethics and they know all the principles.
Protests looking at a violent and a dramatic end. It seems you're inching towards that because many of the voices coming in have alleged that there's been force deputed. Now remember, it's been a peaceful protest for about 7 days. But after the ordinance was passed and Jallikattu was legalized and even held at various places, has the state government lost the battle to win the hearts of the people with this crackdown this morning? Let's go across to my colleague Akshaya, who's joining us, and Akshata also joining us in just a bit. First up, Akshay, can you take us through what's the situation at Marina Beach? Akshata, if you can hear me at the moment, can you take us through what's the situation at Marina Beach?
Devina, what we know is that this is what the protesters claim. They claim that they were violently shoved out of the Marina Beach, that they were lathi charged out. But soon after that, with a lot of people saying that the police turned rather violent, O. Paneerselvam himself has come out to say that those are mere rumours, that there was no lathi charge and that people were made to disperse rather peacefully. But you can see that the state administration has said enough is enough. They do not want
So the state government taking matters into their own hands. Let me go across to Tamil Sai Soundarajan, who is the state unit BJP chief. First, your response, because what we see on the screens is that state government first legalizes ordinance, buckles under public pressure, but they could have handled the situation better, knowing that there are over 3,000 people still at Marina Beach.
Yeah, actually all the political leaders, because the demand was Jallikattu, an ordinance has been passed. And from yesterday, all the schools and colleges actually has reopened today morning. And all the leaders appealed to the protesters because they can even the agitators of Jallikattu, organizers of Jallikattu, till March 31st. We will give time to the government. And in spite of all the appeals, some of the protesters are refusing to vacate the Marina Beach, I hear. But they should be actually evacuated in a very decent way, and there should not be any lathi charge. Government should handle them in a very careful way because they are students.
But they want a permanent solution, Mr. Andarajan. They're saying we want a permanent solution. We want a bill to legalize Jallikattu, and that till then we will not leave Marina Beach.
Yeah. They should understand that because even the Chief Minister and all the leaders have assured it is a permanent solution, and apart from that, today Tamil Nadu Assembly is passing a resolution.
So is the BJP asking for an end of the civil movement at Marina Beach? Are you saying the protesters should vacate Marina Beach Monday morning?
Yeah, definitely, because almost everything has been taken by the government.
But there are allegations coming of forceful eviction as well, Mr. Andarajan.
No, actually forceful eviction is condemnable and police should handle it in a very careful way. But the protesters should understand that whatever to be done by the government, it has been done.
Okay. Let me get Mr. Sarvanan. Mr. Sarvanan, do you feel that now Tamil residents have lost faith in the government? Because first there's been a delay in action of passing the ordinance, state government only waking up after civil movement. Now it's a panic reaction we're seeing with cops deployed to ask protesters who've been at the Marina Beach, sitting very peacefully, to vacate forcefully.
Yeah, I think it is a trust deficit in the government. We have kept on saying that the Chief Minister should establish a line of communication with the protesters there and ensure assuage their feelings. They failed to do that. They failed to gauge the pulse of the people there. That is the whole problem here. Our leader, Mr. N.K. Stalin, yesterday was very, very categorical. They said that it is a welcome first step But it is also imperative on the part of the government to ensure and communicate effectively what the government has done and how it is go about it. If they have done that, I think this should
No,
not
but we
have
don't
been-
see any
we would not have
AIA
taken
DMK
this
representative
situation.
on the ground, Mr. Saravanan. Nobody from the state government is going and speaking to these protesters. What we're seeing is a heavy contingent of cops being deployed. There are also reports of lathi charge and eyewitnesses claiming pregnant women have been dragged away from the spot.
I think that is very tragic. I think that should not ever happen. They should never coerce them to move, or no force should be applied on them. If it is applied, I think it is highly condemnable.
Has
So
the
long
state
it was
government
peaceful.
failed to read the public sentiment once again?
Yes, absolutely. See, the assembly session is being started today, so probably they'll have a very good case today evening. They should have appealed, tell them this is what has happened, and probably given them notice, a day's notice, give them time till 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock to vacate the Marina Beach. You can't just suddenly drag them, allow them to be there for a week, and suddenly you can't drag them out.
Absolutely. What was the hurry? Because already we've seen the political credibility hitting a new low in Tamil Nadu, Mr. Saravanan. Because be it any political party, this is a civil movement victory. They said Netagiri has to stop. But what we see on the ground is a loss of faith, because the visuals are a telling story, Mr. Saravanan, how the state police has been deployed and completely unleashed as well. There are eyewitnesses who are claiming a usage of force, usage of lathi as well, on a movement which actually gave victory to Tamil pride. Should O. Paneerselvam apologize this morning to the way the protesters have been handled at Marina Beach?
Definitely. I think it is a total failure. They have let down the movement, the state, the interest of the people at all points. Whenever, either be it, see, the simple thing is they have come with this ordinance now. If they had done it a week earlier or 2 weeks earlier, all this bulla would have been stopped. This uprising could not have avoided. So they have not taken into consideration the interest of the people of Tamil Nadu. That is the whole problem. Now they are opening another can of worms.
Absolutely. Complete loss of faith this morning, Mr. Saravanan. Tamil Soundarajan, we appreciate you joining us this morning. But I want to go across to my reporters who are getting us details from the ground. Akshay and Akshita are still with us. Akshay, can you take us through about these allegations that have been mentioned by many of the eyewitnesses? What exactly happened at the ground? Was there an appeal issued? Was there a usage of brute force as well?
Well, Davina, you can see here that the protesters have been badly treated here. Women are in a state of distress, and most of them are saying that the police officials had treated them in a very bad manner. For the last 7 days, they're saying that they've been here, but now they're being very badly treated by the police officials. He's saying that they've been attacked by the police officials, saying that they're Naxals and terrorists, and they moved out of the place. The police are beating the women as well. Are the people who are coming out of this place are telling us right now, Davina. It seems that people are all in a state of tears. Everybody who's coming out of the location.
Okay, a chopper also being deployed. We just saw a visual of a chopper also being deployed. Given the fact there is a mass gathering at Marina Beach, many of the protesters now shifting towards the sea. They're forming a human chain as we speak. Going across to Akshita, what's the situation at your end?
Devina, I'm at Madurai, and all through the day yesterday I was also at Alanganallur, and there of course we know that there were protesters, but yesterday evening when I was there too the protests seemed to be sort of dilapidating. All of them were dispersing because it's a leaderless movement, and clearly while they said that they would continue the agitation, there doesn't seem to be enough motivation for them to continue. Even as we're seeing these scenes there in Chennai's Marina Beach, where I was there for the last 4 days, the kind of people that had come together there, the police were working hand in hand with them. There was absolutely no question of lathi charging the protesters. It was completely peaceful. The police were helping these volunteers also ensure traffic movement was smooth. So it's very clear that the higher ups have given an order now to the police to ensure that there is not a single protester anymore.
Let's not forget, even in Madurai, the sentiment for the state government is very low, because you had the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister who had to call off an event to inaugurate Jallikattu because residents said we want a permanent solution. That's exactly the demand we're seeing even in Chennai at Marina Beach. My colleague Akshay is back with us on that note. Akshay, can you take us through what's happening around you? Now we can see that many of these protesters are running amok. Is the law and order situation of a concern this morning at Marina Beach?
Well, yes, Devina, it is of a huge concern because people are completely dissatisfied. What they're saying is the way that the police have been treating them is in a very, very bad manner. Initially, we were getting reports from the marina saying that there was a mini lathi charge at one specific location. But O. Selvam had denied it, saying that the protesters were not talking the truth. But right now, it is seen that the people have been coming out. The panic attack that is seen here. People are rushing out of the place, and police officials are also pushing them out. And in fact, I just moved out of the mob kind of a mentality, which you could have just seen a few minutes back in your television screens. With the help of the police officials who are here, they've been telling us that we're not supposed to stay here. In fact, only because of the media card that we have been given access inside the place. But they're saying that within few hours, the entire stretch will be cleared out. Nobody will be allowed to be here. And that's a very tense situation, Devina, because for the last 7 days, people have been inside the marina and they have been having a very peaceful protest. And right now, to make them all move out is a huge task.
Well, Akshaya, first be safe. Be safe and ensure that you're at a safe location, because it is a dramatic twist to the event that we're seeing on the ground. Many protesters alleging a lathi charge, many protesters alleging forceful eviction, many of them though also going away peacefully. Now tell us, Akshaya, has the beach been cleared partially, or there's still a lot of people who are adamant on sitting down and still going in for a dharna?
Well, Devina, I'll actually show it to you right now. The beach is almost completely evacuated. You can see barricades all around the place. And it's also seen that the police have stopped most of the location. And they're also saying that the people who are coming in here have to be cleared out. Most of the protesters who were here initially have been cleared out. And yesterday, we could have noticed the site where this entire place was filled with protesters, and right now the entire scene is, most of them have moved further into the beach, and the police officials are trying to remove them from there. But all of the pavements have been reduced.
All right, so we're seeing these first visuals. India Today getting you the exclusive visuals from the ground at Marina Beach, where my colleague Akshaya is present. These are the first visuals which he can show you from inside the Marina Beach. Many of the protesters have left the spot. Almost the beach has been cleared after an ultimatum that was issued by the cops. Early this morning is when they started a crackdown on the protesters, 3,000 of them almost, who were sitting at Marina Beach, not refusing to budge till the time there is a legal permit provision which is made in the state constitution. Take us through what's the situation right now, Akshaya. We can also see that there are many of these cars of the police cars that are right now surveying the area.
Well, Davina, it is seen that the police officials have barricaded the location. They have been trying to move the people inside. And in fact, every step forward, the question that is being raised is, who are you people? Are you any of the part of the protest? And if not, we have been asked to show our ID cards, and only then we are let in. The police are in a full swing mode, trying to evacuate the public. But it is also seen that most of the people have actually moved towards the shore. The protesters who were here, initially sitting at these locations that are there in the television screens now, have moved further towards the shore. And it is seen that there's a loud cry from people there. There's slogans being raised closer to the shore. And people are trying to move in. And it is seen that a large number of police officials are also moving into the location to clear the people who are there closer to the shore.
We're trying to connect with you, Akshaya. Request you also that as you're moving in to give us a better picture, there is a signal that's breaking, but we're keeping with the visuals that Akshaya is beaming at the moment. These are the first visuals that are coming from the Marina Beach, looking completely deserted at the moment, except the police presence. Continuous patrolling being done by the cops as well. Early in the morning is when the cops came in and decided to disperse protesters. There's a notification being given by the Tamil Nadu government as well, asking the protesters to disperse peacefully, but allegations of brute force being used even on women and pregnant women coming in. DMK on its part, and let's get that reaction also out in a bit, has asked Selvam, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, to apologize for the way they have handled dispersion of the protesters. The BJP is saying the protest must end. The chief unit, Tamil Sundarai, has said that the protest must end, but must end peacefully as well. So, Akshay, did the state government fail to reach out to people? We did not see any AIA-DMK representative on the ground this morning as the cops moved in.
Well, Davina, it has seen that right from the day one, the people here, the protesters here, have been trying to have an apolitical movement. They've been completely against the AIADMK government here, and they've been saying that the AIADMK government is playing with their emotions, and that is one of the reasons why they did not want the government to move in. In fact, at Alanga, Nallur and Avaniyapuram, where the government was supposed to hold the meet and hold the Jallikattu event, they were all denied access into the place, and they were said that if the government officials are to enter this location, they will be blocking them. In fact, Paneerselvam was also denied access, and that was the reason why the location of the Jallikattu event turned from Alanganallur to Dindigul. And right now, Davina, on your television screens, you can see that the police officials are moving aside, and also the protesters have moved closer to the shore. All those tiny people that you can see from away, this is the distance through which the police have allowed access for us. So we're trying to move further inside, and it seemed that no representative, none of the political parties' representatives were allowed inside this place, be it DMK, ADMK, or the BJP or PMK. None of them were allowed inside. This was a completely organized student as well as a youth protest. And people here have been saying that unless and until a permanent solution for Jallikattu is made, they're not going to move out of this location.
It is the only channel getting the ground report this morning, because these are the first visuals that we can tell our viewers from the access point of the media that we're getting you. And this is where the protesters have started moving towards the sea. Much of it has been cleared in the Marina Beach, with cops continuously patrolling the area. But whether there was a peaceful appeal or not remains to be seen. Although there have been reactions coming in that have said that cops did tell us to leave, but we want legalization of Jallikattu through the assembly route as well. Only then we leave. Many other movements also joining in. Kaveri water issue being brought in, GST issue being brought in, and that's where the protesters have been growing in number as well. So many causes coming in together, but even as the cops crack down at Marina Beach, it's also a litmus test for the Paneerselvam government, which already seems to have won the ordinance battle but lost public faith at a larger level. Yesterday, a Madurai event was called off where Paneerselvam was to inaugurate a Jallikattu festival, and that was by the residents. Today morning as well, much of the sentiments and much of the goodwill that the government had earned turning around with the cops moving in and cracking down on their peaceful protests. For the past 7 days, they've been camping there. The visuals on your screen, the first one on India Today. My colleague Akshaya continues to be with us. Let's take one more question, Akshaya, with the fact that since we've not been able to give access to the people who are right now at the spot, have you been able to speak to the cops? What is the timeline they have in mind to completely ensure that the Marina Beach is evacuated?
Well, Davina, right now I'm very close to the protesters' side. You can see that the police officials are trying to ask the public here to move out of the location, but the public are saying that police move out, and slogans are being raised against the police officials.
Okay.
And slowly it's seen that the police officials are also moving out of this place, Davina. It is a tough...
All right, Akshay, continue to be with you. Have to take a short break, but these are exclusive visuals on the screen that you've seen. India Today, first one on the spot as Marina Beach is being cleared by the cops this morning. Many allegations on forceful eviction also coming forth.